Okay, so today we're going to be doing a product comparison between the Greenworks Dethatcher and the Sunjoe Dethatcher Scarifier. So let's go. Okay, in today's video we're going to do a product comparison between the Greenworks Dethatcher and the Sunjoe Dethatcher Scarifier. We're going to use these in my backyard, and the main reason is because I've got a long stretch that I can use it one on one half and one on the other and be able to get a really good comparison as to which one does the better job at what they claim to do. So my backyard has never received any sort of debris removal by either dethatching, power raking. I have not done any aeration. I do know that I have a small compaction problem in some of my areas of my yard, both front and back and along the side on the mow strips. So we're going to be doing that later on. But today we're going to find out which one of these bad boys can beat the other one on a side-by-side comparison. First up, the Greenworks Dethatcher. This machine has one dial to set all the height settings that you'll need. It's super simple. You pull out on the dial, set it to the correct setting that you want. This one is set at 2, which is the medium setting. Just a quick turn and it'll be set at 3. But we're going to set this one down, and you can see it drop. We're going to set it to 1, right where we want it. I've lost the video footage of going underneath the Greenworks Dethatcher, so I took a screenshot off their website. The cylinder with the tines on it looks exactly as the picture above. Next up is the Sunjoe Dethatcher Scarifier. There is a difference, and mainly just in the cylinders, but I'll get into that here in just a few minutes. Both are electric and both weigh just about the exact same. The Sunjoe has a super simple adjustment. You simply push in, select the height that you want, and it will snap into place. To go down or up is the exact same. We're going to go with the lowest setting. Okay, let's talk about the two cylinders that the Sunjoe Dethatcher Scarifier have. The first one is a tined one that's already in the unit currently, that's just like the Greenworks. The next one is a heavier duty scarifier like you can see in front of us. The difference between these is that the scarifier will then, as it comes down and makes contact with the soil, create a trench that will allow for an overseeding to happen, and will also help in the process of doing this of getting any excess thatch that is down low and a heavier cleanup of debris that needs to be done. Now, to replace these two cylinders, you simply undo the bolts, pull them out, and remove the cylinder that's in the machine, and then replace it with the one that you're going to be using at the current moment. You simply put the bolts back in and then tighten the bolts down. Please be careful to not put so much pressure on the bolts that you strip out the threads. This can create a huge problem for you and could probably machine to not work properly. Okay, so now one of the things I wanted to say about these, they are super light. I mean, they feel like a piece of just lightweight plastic, and they almost feel like a kid's toy, but we'll see what they do. All right, first up, the Greenworks. One thing that I am going to make sure that I state is that when these start up, they sound just like a vacuum cleaner. You have to mind the dogs. Just like a vacuum cleaner. All right. So after having done that, as you can see, you do get some debris. I do get a couple heavier spots here where I do turn. When it makes a turn, it seems that it puts a little bit more pressure on it. It does seem to grab some of the debris, but I mean, really, from just looking at this, you can't really tell other than the stripes that it left. It left better stripes than it did pulling up the debris. There's a little bit right here. That's about as thick as it got, but as you can see, there are some good grass. There's some good grass in there, but there's also some debris. Probably because this area is in the shade. And this is about the heaviest it ever got. It was right here. But again, got some good grass in there, but definitely what we're looking for is to pull up the dead debris. And so now it's time for the Sun Joe. We're done. And there is a tremendous discrepancy between the two. Now, just so everybody understands, both of these dethatchers were both set at the lowest height and using both the kind cylinder that are in them. I did not use the Scarifier with the Sun Joe that is available. If I was looking to do an overseed, that's probably what I would have used. But the results are just crazy. I mean, you can see right down the dividing line right here that there is way more debris that was pulled out that wasn't here. I will say that the Greenworks does a great job of striping your yard, but there's way more debris that the Sun Joe takes out, and that's what you're looking for. You want some of this dead debris, and that's all that is. This is not really thatch. If it were to decompose and get down into your thatch layer, then it would then be considered thatch, but this is just dead debris. Now that we've got this out, we're going to be able to allow more air to the roots and more nutrients and water, because when this happens, just like what happens, and I'll go into this in another video, but I take all my clippings, at least in the spring and in the fall, and I put them in my flower bed. You'll have to mind the trampolines in there, but I didn't have any place else to put it. But this is the kind of stuff you don't want choking out all the water, all the nutrients, all the air. So now that that's out of there, but because the Sun Joe did such a tremendous job in comparison to the Greenworks, I'm going to go back over this patch again and finish it up, and I think Sun Joe's the winner by a mile. Okay, so backyard's done. Now we're gonna hit the front since we know which one is the more productive and more efficient machine. Let's get to it. Well, I hope you found the video interesting and helpful with being able to see the side-by-side comparison. I know that for me, being able to see the two side-by-side and how they performed was very eye-opening. And unfortunately, Greenworks didn't quite measure up. Just ain't got the mox, or the moxie, as it were. Hashtag ain't got the mox. The Sun Joe hand over fist was way better. Second to none in comparison. Its ability to get up all the dead debris and really get it up and do an efficient job at that, probably I'd say 5-to-1 in comparison. That's it for the video today. Hope you enjoyed watching. If you liked it, hit the subscribe button, give it a like, and comment down below. Always love the comments, good or bad. There's no such thing as a bad comment, in that I can only get better with a little bit of help from you. And resistance builds strength. So we'll see you in the next one.